What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we had just picked up this beautiful Porsche 911 RS. Now, if I remember correctly, we did have to sort of take a break from actually working on the vehicle because we ran out of money. So off camera, I did do a few little side jobs, nothing too serious, but we have made a little bit of money back. I was then able to repair our original wheels, get some new tread put on those things as well. So with that being said, we of course did level up. So we have 6 available skill points. I don't actually know what I want to upgrade. Luck would probably not be the worst thing. 25% chance to get a mysterious case after a finished order. I don't know if that just means any old order or if it's specific to just story orders. Strong arms, increased mounting and unmounting by 55%. Or we have fast hands, increased screwing speed by 75%. Honestly, I feel like that's probably the one we should go with. I think that unscrewing and screwing stuff in is probably our slowest ability, and it's definitely the thing that we do most often. So there we go. We now have 0 skill points, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will be purchasing the tinting facility. I guess it's more so just a toolkit that we have. And now that we have that, I'm gonna go outside and we're gonna figure out how the heck we use it. I'm assuming it'd be assembly mode. It's not contained in our additional tools here. Maybe it's something we just sort of change in the car status? Or maybe there's like a physical machine. Oh, dude, they're totally, well, not a machine, but definitely like a little dolly, little rack that we can move around. So we're gonna move this to car lifter B, but we have to move the Lamborghini in here first. I really don't want to tint the Porsche. I feel like a Porsche is supposed to be pure, as pure as it can possibly be. And I just don't think window tint on one of those would look the greatest. But on a Lamborghini, it don't even matter, dude. You own the road if you're in this thing. So we're gonna get that moved into car lifter B. And now if we get this drug on over there to the Diablo, we should be able to actually tint the windows now. Car's dirty and unprepared for tinting. Are you kidding me, dude? We leave it outside for 2 seconds. Go ahead and give her the old spit shine here, just real quick like. There we go. Spray her off. I don't think we have to clean the interior. Well, we might, because that could mean cleaning the interior windows, you know? But surely now that we've done that, we should be able to actually use that tint toolkit. So let's go ahead and do the exact same thing again. This time for sure, dude. This time for sure. I got a good feeling about it. All right, here we are. We can, unsurprisingly, do any color that we want. But I'm just gonna go with black because that's what's gonna look the best. And now we can change the opacity. Oh, baby. Real dark. Real dark. Dude, it even does the windshield. My God. All right, yeah, I'm going full blackout, dude. Full blackout. Oh, and you can choose whether or not you want to do the windshield, whether or not you want to do... I've got you. Okay, windshield, obviously illegal, right? Obviously illegal. So I'm going to go ahead and tint everything pitch black. Then we're going to move to the windshield. Still leave it on black, but just decrease that opacity a good bit. And there we go. Now we're at least legal. You know, now we can drive it around on the roads. I really don't think tinting your front windshield, or I guess your windshield in general, is legal in any state, at least in the US anyways. If you're from other countries, feel free to let me know down in the comments if that's a legal thing to do where you are. Now we can go ahead and move this thing back out to where it was before and just sort of step back, take a gander at her, dude. I think it looks pretty nice. That's something that Car Mechanic Simulator has been lacking, definitely missing. So cool that they added that. If I remember correctly, we had just sort of fitted everything that was missing from the vehicle, but it's still kind of in shambles. I'm not really 100% sure that it'll actually run, so I guess now's the time to find out. Let's go ahead and move this over to the test path, just because it's a place where we can, you know, determine whether or not the engine turns over. And there's no oil. Okay, easy fix. Easy fix. But of course, we're gonna go through all the trouble of topping off the oil here. Maybe the other fluids as well. I don't know if that's really necessary. And it's still gonna tell us that we can't do it. Right? That's normally how it goes. Okay, so that could be just because we don't have any of the other fluids, but I'm leaning more towards we have some faulty components. Because as you can probably tell just by looking at the engine, it's old, it's seen better days, it's pretty gross looking. Now we have to figure out what we actually need to replace, which can get kind of difficult. Have we already used the examination tool on this thing? I gotta remember how to get to that again. There we go. Yes, we have. Okay. Before I decide that this is just a hopeless task, I do want to try to top off all the other fluids, and then we'll see if we can do something with it. Since this thing is air-cooled, there is at least one less fluid that we have to do, which I guess is kind of nice. So, now that we've gone through the trouble of doing all that, the engine still cannot be started. So, we're going to get this thing moved back over to car lifter A, and we'll just sort of take a peek underneath the trunk here. We'll see if we can't figure out what's really holding us back. I'm gonna just scroll through the stuff that we do know of, the overall like condition of it. There we go. Now that we're at the stuff that's sort of in the red, I'm gonna mark everything that we have here that we know we can replace. And you know, truthfully, I don't really think replacing any of the larger components in the rear of the vehicle are actually going to assist us. But what I do think is going to make a pretty significant difference is removing and replacing these fuses up here. You'd be surprised just how much a fuse can hold you up. We'll toss both of these back in, put the cover on, and we should be rocking and rolling in no time, dude. As for the stuff that we took out of the rear, though, I'm gonna try... Oh, we can't repair any of it. Dang it. Yeah, so it is all far too gone. So, you know what? While we have this rear drive axle out, I will at least repair it. It's one less thing to do later. You know what? Might come in handy. But all the other stuff here, we're just gonna have to buy brand new. All right, after doing that, we're down to 11,000 buckaroonies. Not doing too terrible, I don't think. We're gonna get the new wheel bearing put in, the new hub back here installed, and then we just have to, you know, finish up the brake system that we removed initially. Oh, speaking of brake system, of course, I had to spray all the calipers on the Porsche bright red. I don't know if I talked about that just yet. But if I remember correctly, that is, again, something I did off camera. So, wanted to make sure I at least talked about it a little bit. And we got a new radiator fan going in. Again, this is an air-cooled vehicle, so we have 0 coolant running through this bad boy. And then that thing is going to be only accessible if the vehicle is on the hoist. So we're just going to come in here real quick, pop that bad boy on, screw all the screws in, and oh yeah, and then the ignition wires, and then we're done. We got to do that from the engine bay. So just to reiterate, I don't think that this is going to allow us to actually drive the vehicle, but it's just one of those things that you kind of have to try first so you don't actually waste all of your money right away. So we'll get her moved over to the test path. And the moment of truth, we still have engine oil. We still have all the other fluids that it needed. Engine can't be started. Oh, man. Okay, so the next thing we have to do then is just go through a sort of checklist on the vehicle. We want things like air, fuel, and other stuff to all work. You know, stuff that engines need in order to function. Spark was the other thing I was looking for there in that list. So, starting with the ignition system, we're gonna mark those ignition wires and get those yoinked on out of there. And then these spark plugs, dude, are so weird. It looks like you'd be able to just remove them like a normal spark plug, but no. On this vehicle, you actually have to remove the cover here, the valve cover, and now we actually have access to remove the spark plugs. These are looking pretty healthy. Well, that one was anyways. This one's a different story. So I'm just gonna mark 6 of these, and we'll get all brand new. Oh wait, no, dude. This thing has 12 spark plugs. 12 whole spark plugs. So it's a B6, not a V6, a like boxer 6-cylinder. And I guess they use 12 spark plugs. I was unaware. I'm not super familiar with these air-cooled Porsche engines, but we're learning a great deal already. A great deal about these bad boys. So let's see if we take off this other cylinder head cover right here. It looks like there's sort of holes for other spark plugs. I can't see any through those holes, but we'll find out. Yep, there they are. And we got to lower it back down, of course, because spark plugs are only removable from the engine bay, even though I feel like this would be pretty accessible from underneath. God, dude, those spark plugs are really tucked up underneath there. So from the spark plugs then to the ignition leads, that's going to take us over here to the distributor or distributors. We're going to go ahead and pop these clips off of these. Yeah, it must be 2 separate distributor rotors underneath these caps. Let's go ahead and take a peek. There we go. That one's like brand spanking new. My God. I'm gonna mark it anyways. I'm gonna mark it anyways because, you know what, realistically, we're trying to replace the whole ignition system. I don't even want a slight possibility that we're gonna take this thing back to the test path and have it not turn over. So that should actually do it for the ignition system. The next thing we need to look into is gonna be the air filter, the air filtration system. So we're gonna pop off the other clips that are over here on the air box. Pop off that cover real quick to reveal a pretty nasty air filter. Could be a lot worse though. Definitely could have been a lot worse. What about this blower? What in God's name is this blower, dude? It's not a turbo. It's definitely not a turbo. It's something to do with the air-cooled system. Something I'm just not familiar with. I think it's probably in working condition. And then throttle, that would technically be part of the air intake system. So we're gonna get that cover removed. And then we're gonna get this throttle marked. Oh, that's just one whole big unit. My God, dude. So there you go. We have the ignition system now totally removed from the vehicle. We also now have the air filtration system, for the most part, removed. All the key components there. So now we're gonna move into fuel. So we have a fuel rail over there, a fuel rail over here. Then the fuel filter we've already removed. Let's check. Oh no, fuel pump we already had to replace, right? Because barn find it was missing when we actually brought this thing home. So that really should be everything then. Let's go ahead and make our way into our little side room over here. Let's go through the list, see if there's anything we can actually replace those. What? That's the only electrical component that I've seen that we can actually replace. So I'm a fan of that. I am a fan of that for sure. Then we have the throttle body. There we go. One mo again. Got her. And then fuel rail, we can probably repair one of those, it looks like. One more time. There it is. So, from our parts list here, we only need one fuel rail. I'll just have to remember that. We no longer need the throttle, so I got rid of that. Then we don't need the ignition distributor rotors either. That should be everything. Okay, so the remaining stuff in our list here, we just have to bite the bullet, go through and purchase, and we should now be ready to go. Dude, I know I've said that already once this episode, but I'm really feeling confident now. Okay, I'm really feeling confident. All my years of working in the automotive field are finally paying off. Not really, but a little bit. I mean, it helps me make educated guesses to things, and that's nice. Oh, ignition distributor cap. That is actually kind of important because they do have this sort of little electrical contacts kind of on the top of that cap. So for that reason, I do think we should probably grab 2 brand spanking new ones of those. I also love just like all the Porsche branded parts that are now available since this is a DLC vehicle, and I can only hope that eventually someday we'll get Volkswagen on board. Eventually, dude, it's gotta happen. I mean, you got Porsche, you got the big dog of the Volkswagen group. You might as well just go all in and get the whole rest of them. Even Audi too, if you want to pick them up. I know it's not up to the developer what cars they get to put in the game, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Also, no time lapses today, dudes and dudettes. Ain't got no time for that, all right? I'm just trying to get behind the wheel of our new 911 and see what it's actually capable of. Granted, it's not going to be in peak condition. Oh my God, did I buy an additional fuel rail by mistake? I must have. Yeah, I totally did. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and sell that. And last but not least, we just have to get the few belts that we took off put back on. And I think we are good to go here. This is it, you guys. This is our moment. We're gonna move it over to the test path. We're all gonna cross our fingers, and this is our time. We still can't do it. Oh my God. Oh, we still can't do it because I'm a freaking nincompoop. Dude, I didn't even put the spark plugs back in or the ignition wires or ignition leads. God, I'm a freaking buffoon. Okay, I'm gonna tackle this then, and I'll see you guys here when I'm finished. Will the 93 Porsche 911 RS America finally be able to actually utilize the test path? Yes. Oh my God, that is such a huge weight off our shoulders, dude. It's not sounding very good, I'll be honest, but not expecting great things. Again, we've kind of just slightly addressed all of its issues. Just kind of doing the bare minimum here, just to get it in driving working condition again. See what the front suspension's looking like. That is pretty bad. Okay, rear suspension's probably going to be about the same. But since we did swap out the wheels and we've done a few suspension changes now, I think it's probably important. Ooh, front shock absorber cap. Okay, that I am replacing before we go out. But I also want to do an alignment. Oh yeah, wait. We gotta do another suspension thing. It'd be dumb of me to align it right now. So let's go ahead and move this back to car lifter A. We'll get her put up in the air and we'll figure out which suspension shock absorber cap is actually faulty here. Looks like it's gonna be the driver's side shock absorber cap, so we'll get that yoinked on out of there, take it on over to our spring puller, get her separated, and then we'll just purchase a new cap from the store, get her put on there. We'll be good. We'll be good. Got her swapped around. Let's go ahead and move her back to the test path, and we will get going on this alignment, dude. This thing's way off. Like probably the furthest off vehicle that we've seen thus far, which is kind of ironic because I think we've tinkered with this the least amount of all the cars. Headlights, yeah, those could probably use aligned as well. Alrighty, we have done it, folks. We have done it. The 911 does actually turn over now. It appears to be in working order. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take this bad boy to the test track first, because I do still want to sort out the suspension, if at all possible. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I got my controller. I am ready, dude. I am so ready. We're gonna do the whole thing in cab. Wow, really slow off the line. Kind of surprised about that. Jesus Christ. Okay, gear change was not that smooth, so it probably could use a new transmission. Believe it or not. It's an old vehicle, so I mean, I guess it's not anything new. Onto the bump. Suspension is pretty bad as well. And across the line into the braking zone. The brakes are the best part about this thing. They locked up immediately. So now that we're back at home, what are we gonna learn? What are we gonna learn about this? Actually nothing. I'm pretty sure we knew about all of these. So now I think it's time we make our way to the racetrack. Our best lap is 1 minute and 58 seconds. So are we gonna do better than that? Probably not. I think we set that in the Diablo. This thing with its suspension still probably needing gone through, and honestly the whole rest of the engine, I can't imagine we're gonna perform any better than the Diablo did. But you don't know until you try, so here we go. And we're off. Green lights. A little bit of a spin there off the line, but I think we'll manage. We'll manage just fine. And if I stop talking for whatever reason, don't freak out, you guys, okay? I'm just laser focused. Laser focused right now. I'm not hitting the apex of any of these turns. That one was okay. A bit slower than I thought it was gonna be, to tell you the truth. We just finally hit 100 miles per hour. And we're gonna have to slow up a decent bit here for this turn. Try to hit that apex. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. All right, and we're continuing on. Slow up a little bit for this turn, but not too much. I think we might have bottomed out on that too. Maybe a little concerning, but we're gonna continue on here. Checkpoint number 4 out of 10. Oh my God, this is a long race, dude. We just hit a minute. Can we do the remaining portion of this race in less than 50 seconds, dude? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not super confident, as I mentioned. This is nowhere near as fast as the Diablo was, but it's a bit down on its luck right now. I don't want to judge it too harshly. I know it's not in peak physical condition like it wants to be. Ooh, around the corner there, real nice. We're at 1:30. Still continuing on. I don't remember which direction the track goes here. Looks like we're going left. And back around to the right, braking a little bit through there. God, I feel like we're on Top Gear right now. That's what we need, dude. That's what we need. We need Jeremy Clarkson to, like, sort of, or what's that called? Narrate our drive here. Honest to God, That is very, very close. If we would have, oh, I guess we can still continue. If we continue and drive like we just drove, I actually think we'll do a bit better than a minute 58. I genuinely do, especially now that we're on the second lap and we're not going to be starting from a dig. We'll actually have a little bit of speed going into it. I'm more confident this time around, dudes and dudettes. Much, much more confident here. This turn, braking now. Okay, bottomed out a bit, bottomed out a bit. We're back on, we're back on. God, dude. I don't know if that's just because the suspension is a bit faulty or if it's just bottoming out because that's the way it's designed. I would like to think Porsche probably designed their suspension a bit better than that. Coming up to the big sweeper here. Nice, that was much, much more smooth through that area. Much more smooth. We're just now hitting a minute. At the very least, you know what I think we're gonna do for a time is a minute 58 on the dot. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. Good through there, good through there. A little bit wide, but that's all right. Minute 28 here. I think about 100 feet behind us on our first lap, we were hitting a minute 30. Brake a little bit more here. Oh no, okay, we're in the dust, we're in the debris. Hold it together, hold it together. This is really not shaping up to be my best performance. A minute 51, 52, 53. Dude, I think we're gonna get it. 1 minute 55 seconds. Even with a beater of a 911. At this point, I would consider this to be more so a beater than the Diablo. But a minute 55. That is just incredible. I'm not sure if we're supposed to do 3 laps there or if we can just leave whenever. I'm not expecting an award or anything, but it'd be cool if you did like 3 laps and then as long as you did, you know, maybe better than 2 minutes. I'm only saying that obviously because we just barely did better than 2 minutes, but if you do better than 2 minutes, you get a trophy or something. That'd be kind of cool, right? So the last thing that I want to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is move this vehicle, not to the car wash. God, I swear I always do this, but to the paint shop because we got to get a fresh coat on this bad boy. Obviously, we still got the green door. It's not really looking the greatest. Definitely not up to par with other 911s. Car is dirty and unprepared. I guess we do have to go to the car wash. My intuition was really looking out for me there, but I didn't listen. I didn't pay any attention. So we'll get her sprayed off, and you know what? While we're out here, yeah, we'll probably clean the interior as well, and then we'll get her brought into the paint shop, get a new color put on her. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it factory or if we should switch it up and do something else. We've already done a yellow car with the Lamborghini. A good Porsche color, I think, is also yellow, but I'm gonna try to mix it up. We're gonna see what looks good on here. Factory color is its current sprayed color, kind of a darker blue. I'm not really a huge fan of that, although it doesn't look that bad. Ooh, got like a silvery, almost a chrome. That's pretty dope. Red, black, of course. Another black. I'm not sure what the difference in between these two. Oh, this one's a bit more orange peel to it. This one has a bit more shine. I don't know, dude. I'm honestly leaning a bit towards white, I think. Silver is okay, but I think it matches the rims too well. So let's go with a factory white paint job on this, dude. I really do think that's the best color for this Porsche at the moment. I swear they came in other colors. Maybe the list is a bit limited here, but white is a very, very solid choice. It's looking miles better already. Of course, there is still much, much more work that needs done to the 911, but I think that's where we're gonna wind down this episode at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.